All right, everybody, star 2 to raise your hand for any questions or comments, victories. Here we go. We're out in Glendale, it says.
Hey, Mike, this is Dan. Still working on the mobile homes. I hope to have some victories before too long to report. Just kind of quick update. Had gotten my tax delinquent list from the county, got that converted, identified the skip trace company, so I'd start reaching out to landowners in the county. So I guess most of my questions have to do with just the marketing. Once I find the tract and buy it, from talking to Mitch last week, he described sort of what y'all do is once you buy a tract, you'll put out bandit signs, lot for sale, with a phone number, and encourage them to call that number. I mean, and I guess even in that call, getting them partially qualified. Just I'm assuming you describe here's the deal. Here's what we're looking for.
Yeah, when they call and we say, the first thing is, do you have a down payment saved up? Yes, no, maybe. I have this much. I don't have enough. Okay, is the money in your account? Is it your money right now, or is it being given to you by somebody? And sometimes they get a little bit offended, but I can't tell you how many appointments I went on back in the day where they didn't actually have the money in their account. They were banking on grandma giving it to them for the down payment. Mm-hmm. So that's what we mean by vetting them. Do you have a job? How long have you had that job? Where do you work? Are you married? How long have you been married? Stuff like that.
So that first call, the number on the bandit side, they're calling a number and a person is answering. They're not getting a recording.
So there's two ways to do it. You can do the recording, which is what we did for years and years and years. We did a recording. Then we got enough. We brought on more sales staff, and they wanted to take those phone calls. So we transferred back to them taking the phone calls. But if it was me answering the phones, I would go straight back to doing recordings. I wouldn't answer all those calls myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And just let that help me in the qualifying process, right? I mean, just in that call, kind of lay out the program. Here's what we do, right? I mean, somebody calls that number, and it's 30-second recording saying, we've got a lot and a home for sale, whatever it is that you're presenting. Lay that out in the recording, and then if there's an interest, they leave a number and somebody calls you back.
Yeah. So what I do is I would give the recording. So one, they could leave a message if they're interested. Mm-hmm. The other thing I'll do is I'll say at the end of the recording, for faster service, please call this number, and I'll give a number that would go to me so that I could answer it. That way they've gone through two steps. They've gone through one where they listened to the whole message, and the second step was they're willing to call another number to try to get the house. It means they're interested.
Yeah. Okay. And those bandit signs, those will typically just have a phone number on them. And would they, or lot for sale, or lot and mobile home for sale, will finance?
Yeah, so we'll put if it's lot, we'll put 0.68 acre lot for sale, and put a price on it, owner finance with a phone number. If it's a house, we'll do 4/2 mobile home on half acre, owner finance with a phone number.
Yeah, so just including the owner finance angle. Okay. Y'all's, I guess it's LiveCom. I looked at the site. That looks great. Does it fit? Does it sync up pretty well with most any voice over IP system, or is there a particular phone system that you would suggest that works well with LiveCom?
With what?
Well, there's a product Mitch mentioned last week called LiveCom, and
Yeah.
you can send out the mass text.
Yeah, the Livecom's the one we use, but you were saying, does it link up with what now?
With a phone system, so a voice over internet protocol phone system, VoIP. So the phone system you use, is it an internet based or is it a true landline?
We send it straight from Livecom to a cell phone. You can put whatever phone number you want in there. So you could send it to a Google Voice number. You could send it to whatever you want.
Got it. Okay. All right. I had pretty well the idea of developing a mobile home park, and I just had several people say, "Hey, don't go that route." Met with an engineer this spring and talked to our banker, and the banker has quite a lot of experience in financing mobile homes. And as I'm looking at the numbers to develop compared to the cost that we're looking at, and we're mobile home parks bought now, we're getting close to making some offers. Well, the money we're going to spend to buy that park, I'm thinking, why don't I just develop brand new? I'm going to spend about the same money, but not have any park-owned homes. It's new everything. It just seems like, and the financing. Once we get it finished, the permanent financing we can put in place, it's just going to be so much more attractive. Is it at least a period, that first 12, 18, 2 years of additional risk that people tend to want to just avoid? Is that what keeps people from going the development route as opposed to buying existing parks?
I'm sorry, what was that? You said on the financing, you're kind of broken up on this end.
Okay. Yeah, to develop a park as compared to buying an existing park.
So development, the good thing about buying an existing park is you have some income coming in right away. So but they can have some major issues. I had a friend buy one that wound up needing like $1.5 million in sewage issues that they didn't see coming. The nice part about a new park is everything's new, you're good to go. It all depends on what size you're trying to go for and how fast you're going to build it out. If you're going to build it out in sections. If it was up to me, I've looked at trying to buy new and the numbers just don't add up. I would go build from scratch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming down. They want to put a cap rate on these old, dilapidated, 20-year plus homes. So okay, that's good to hear. That's encouraging.
Now one thing to consider, and the bad part is, it's going to be hard to. Anyway, something to think about is it's going to be hard to get one in a city. They're super, super restricted. You'll probably be doing it out of town.
It will be in the county. I mean, I'm west of Fort Worth. I'm in town. So we're already looking outside of town. In fact, the list of tax delinquents. So I'm sort of switching gears here on you. Buying a park or developing a park, so spending a fair amount of money to get that done, as compared to buying a lot here and there and putting a home on it and rolling it all up and financing the lot and the home under finance, just kind of one at a time and build a portfolio that way.
Yeah.
I really, to me, that trade is the loan values. It looks like it's just hard to beat, but it's a little slower and it takes longer to get there. But what I'm doing there is taking the address, I'm putting it into Google Earth, and I can get a good visual on, okay, what's this address? What's actually, what is it? What's around it? And a number of these are actually lots in really small mobile home parks. So there may be, a dozen homes in these parks, and maybe there are 2 lots there that are behind on taxes. Would that lot be something that the guys would be interested in to buy and do the whole owner finance thing around, or are you looking outside of a small park like that?
Oh no, we would do both.
You really care?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would be interested in those for sure. Anywhere I can stick a mobile home, I'm in.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So last one, I've got there are 3 or 4 different mobile home finance companies. So my website is LendingWorks. Actually, it's golendingworks.com, but it's written for fix and flip finance, right? So I've got to go in and just rewrite everything there, and I'm trying to, not be too original, but maybe borrow some ideas from other sites. And it really gets down to, okay, the story I'm telling on that website is real similar to the story that the guy, when he calls my number on the bandit sign, 2 stories are real similar, right? I mean, that 30 seconds of recording is pretty much going to be an outline of my website. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to save the time and effort here and just make sure that I did it right first time. But the sites like Vanderbilt or 21st Mortgage or MH Housing, you need to pick off of their text, right, and sort of borrow from their language. What I'm thinking, are there points I would want to include on my website in terms of here's what we do that differ from what you would see on those more traditional mobile home finance companies' websites?
Say that again.
Yeah. So you're telling the story on your website, right? And it's similar to what's on your recording. And I think there's similarities between that story, call it the Mitch and Mike story when it comes to owner financing of mobile homes. But what you're doing, it's different than Vanderbilt or 21st Mortgage, right? I mean, they're just financing the mobile home, and the story that you're offering, you're financing land and the home. And I may be way overcomplicating this, but I'm just the text that goes onto that website. I'm wanting to.
So don't overthink your website, because these buyers aren't going to go onto your website, read your entire website, and say, this is the guy for us. We've read his website. This is good. All the website is for you is a legitimacy. Somebody's going to go on your website and be like, oh, wow, he's got a website. He's more legitimate. They're going to call and buy and based off of the house and the sign. So I would just look at some other websites, get an idea of what you like, and move forward with it.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's good, man. I appreciate it. We'll, I hope to be some offers out on some of these lots.
Well, I hope that helps too.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does. And those, I think we're coming down to sort of the fine tuning, and it's really just time to start making offers. So, okay. Mike, that's it.
All right.
Man.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. *2 to raise your hand. With any questions, comments, victories. Coming into the end of the year here, I hope everybody has a really good quality end of the year. You know, we're in December and a lot of people take their foot off the gas. If everybody on here will keep their foot on the gas, they'll find that there's some really good deals to be had. And still a lot of good buyers out there, even though we're in this time of year and it doesn't seem like it. There's still a lot of good buyers out there looking for houses, trying to get in by Christmas or the New Year. So good luck, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.